my depression. It's so hard because not a lot of people get it because they think being depressed is just it's feeling sad. It's deeper than that. Like you feel less depressed during this period, and then there are periods where you feel like intensely depressed. You start having like suicidal ideation. This is a condition. It's like being sick.
Hello,
I
Sochi here
get
once again.
seven here again.
Right, and yeah, yesterday we did something around Seven by Taylor Swift. Sort of, I'll call it an ode to Alex, who's also Seven. And if you haven't checked that out, please do well to check it out. Yeah, and today we're here with another one from Alex's playlist this time.
Yeah.
And yeah, please introduce us to your.
Yes, so today we are breaking down a song I love so much. This is The Marvelous Orange Tree by Deafheaven.
Deafheaven. It's my
So,
first time hearing about them actually.
yeah, okay, so let me give you a brief intro since it's your first time being introduced to this band. So, they are a rock band from San Francisco that formed in 2010. So they basically invented something, a genre called black black gaze. So
Gay is like gay.
black
Gay is like
gaze,
Gaze.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Interesting.
there is shoegaze, and black gaze is a subgenre of shoegaze. So black gaze is you take the screaming intensity of and the blast beats of black metal, and then you layer all of that with the beautiful guitar riffs of shoegaze, and then you get something that's punishing and gorgeous at the same time. So that's what basically what black gaze is. So they formed in 2010 and they've been active since then, and they make beautiful melodies. I especially love this song because of how beautiful it is, the imagery and then the melody. So
Wow. You know, I would consider myself a music nerd, but I have never heard of black gaze or shoegaze before. So this is actually new information to me, and it's also very exciting to learn something, outside my own immediate orbit. So that's why it's good to share playlists with your friends. You might be introduced to something new because I'm intrigued, I'm interested, and I can't wait to for us to unpack, what this is and like why it sort of means so much
yeah,
to you. So this is the Marvelous Orange Tree by Deafheaven. It opens with you can yeah.
yeah. So it opens with the checkered orchard, I came alive under the blue valley with a head full of midnight. So um, this is this imagery is it's it's a paradox. Yeah, in the checkered orchard I came alive. So this is in under the blue valley. So in if it's describing like a physical place of beauty. You came alive in this very beautiful place, and an orchard is like it's when you have trees that are intentionally planted,
Mm-hmm.
yes, to maybe to create a pattern or yeah something. So there's a bit of control and all of that. So with a head full of midnight. So that's the paradox. So this is you're coming alive in this very beautiful place that you're supposed to feel peace and like
So I'm trying to,
every positive.
yeah. So first of all, just to maybe add to what you're trying
Yeah.
to say, I love the word checkered. I'm not sure what it means, but I love what it sounds like. So I'm gonna put down that word checkered. But I think the line that I'm really digging into right here is with a head full
Full
of
of midnight.
midnight. I think that's sort of like a head full of darkness,
Yes,
and
exactly.
midnight being the metaphor for darkness and
Yeah,
light.
yeah, exactly. So that's the paradox because coming alive in a
Out of a dark
serene,
place.
yeah, serene environment, and then inwardly. So this is like it. This is juxtaposing the outward environment with the
Inward
inward
feeling or
yeah,
sensation.
yeah. So it's it's more than feelings, like the inward environment
Environment,
too. So
correct.
like with a head full of midnight, it's midnight is the, if you say darkness,
It's
it's not,
basic.
it's yeah, it's not as
Mm.
intense, and yeah, so like
Midnight is very, it sounds very wistful,
yeah,
very like,
yeah.
yeah, it makes,
So
it's what a Taylor Swift would do. She wouldn't say darkness.
yeah,
Yeah, she, midnight. That makes so much sense.
yeah.
I'm sorry to make this a Taylor Swift thing, but that's sort of why she has a whole album called Midnight, and it just has to do with a lot of haunting thoughts and
Yeah.
all that stuff you think about by 2 a.m. at night. So
So
I think that's sort of why I'm able to really understand that line with a head full of midnight.
so this opening, it's just introduces us to like a conflict. Yeah.
Mm,
Inward, both inwardly, like, and
and
so yeah,
outwardly.
so let's
So
carry
yeah,
on
and the
to
next stanza of it, you can go.
I escape between the rows of trees down the ravine. So this is like, so now you're in this place, this physical serene place, and you're just walking around. So let's, I think we should just carry everything so
Okay.
it makes like a round.
Sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
In the majesty of San Joaquin, lonesomely wandering.
Wondering.
So I think lonesomely wandering actually now tells you what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So in the majesty of San Joaquin, it's so San Joaquin here, it's a metaphor for a place that feels almost religious. So this is telling you that this person is in search of something,
Mm.
and San Joaquin signifies it's a representation of that it's peace. Yeah. So at this point, peace is almost something unattainable.
Mm.
It's religious almost. So
It's sacred.
yeah, sacred. You are wandering. I escape between the rows of trees down the ravine in the majesty of San Joaquin. You're surrounded by all of this, but you're not
Only
lonesomely
wondering.
wandering. You're still like alone, even though you're here
Mm.
where all of this is present. So,
This stanza, this entire section, again, I'm so sorry, but it reminds me of a song by Taylor Swift called The Lakes, which I'm very sure we'll get into at some point.
okay,
This entire part,
yeah,
it sounds like The Lakes. Even the writing and everything, but like what he's describing, it sounds like what Taylor was trying to say in The Lakes as well. So I'm really seeing a lot of similarities even in their songwriting, because you're saying San Joaquin is sort of a religious place and a place for peace or whatever, was sort of how Taylor was sort of describing the lakes, winding peaks, and some way. But like we'll get into that in another video. But I'm seeing a lot of parallels here. So
okay.
yeah,
I love
I
that.
love that. Yeah,
I
I
love
love that.
that. I
Yeah.
love that we can like look at two different musics from different genres, and we're seeing
Drawing
parallels.
parallels,
Yeah,
right? That's
I love that
beautiful.
so much. So this is like repeating.
The cold in the
Yeah,
checkered orchard, I came alive under the blue valley with a
with a
head
head
full
full
of
of midnight. So
midnights.
now this part is where so idiot's blood drops like a dagger, pink tears flow. So this is very intense. This is a very deep and intense part. Like I think more like um the first encore of the whole song. It's describing idiot's blood. So there's a lot of self-loathing happening here. So I think I should, okay. I think after we do the breakdown, I'll tell you like what this song is actually really about. So this is self-loathing, idiot's blood drop. So specifically self-harm expressed. I mean self-loathing expressed through self-harm. So when you are when you're depressed or like so self-loathing, I think I should go into a bit into that. um there was something I saw some time ago. of it's a Instagram video. Um, a mother and a child, and the child is autistic, and the mother asked the child, "What would you like for your birthday?" And the child said, "A normal brain." Now that is so. I saw that, and it was like immediately struck a chord. Now, when you are when you've lived with like a mental condition for very long, and you wish there is a lot of self-loathing because there's just some things about your internal that you cannot control, and you feel you hate yourself, not because you think you can control it, but you wish you had, like that child said, you wish you had a normal brain. So you just hate yourself for that. It's not something you can help. So idiot's blood drops like a dagger. If this is
Because
like
sorry,
this
because
is
sorry to add, sometimes when you say self-loathing, people want to talk you out of it.
Yeah.
People want to make it look like it's something that, I mean, you shouldn't hate yourself. You shouldn't. But sometimes it's not even about. It's not that
Yeah,
simplistic.
that's why. Yeah, that's why talking about mental health conditions specifically. I mean, for myself, my depression, it's so hard because not a lot of people get it. Because they think being depressed is just it's feeling sad, but it's more than just the feeling of sadness, or it's 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 too deep. It's deeper than that. Like for myself, I've lived with depression for as long as possible. I don't know when, I would say it started, but like basically all my life I've lived with, and there's never a point where you come to where you're not depressed. You only have like the highs and lows. You feel less depressed during this period, and then there are periods where you feel like intensely depressed. You start having like suicidal ideation, and
Oh
this
my
is not
God.
something you can actually just you can with positive thinking, and you're all it's you tell yourself a lot of these things. You can stand in front of a mirror and like tell yourself how, like, just give yourself positive pep talk and all that, but it doesn't really, because this is a condition. It's like being sick, yeah. So when you have malaria, for example, you take medication and then you're all right. So it's the same way. Mental health conditions are not something you can cure just by,
Talking
yeah, yeah,
or
yeah.
being positive
Yeah,
in
exactly.
quotes.
So yeah, it's not. Yeah, so it's really, really hard to talk about, and this is why a lot of people who suffer from mental health conditions, kind of like don't they don't share so much about it because not many people actually can get it. Only people who suffer the same as you can get it, because how do you tell someone that um you're depressed for no reason? That doesn't make sense. I mean, to
Yeah.
doesn't really make sense
Especially
because there
from the
has to
part of the world that we're from.
yeah,
Like, what do you mean?
you have to be depressed because something negative, something really bad happened. But yeah,
Wow.
so pink tears flow. This is like tears mixed with blood has a pink color. So like this is a metaphor for like pain that is hard to see. So as I sink into the after here is like death or oblivion, because you deal with a lot of that. Oblivion, actually, you deal with a lot of that mentally, and leaving the day to close. Now, this is coming to a point where trying to find a word for this part. Trying living. You no longer care about reality anymore. Like days come and go, but you're just there. Okay, you're like, okay. Um, I'm trying to find the perfect way to kind of like express this, but it's like self abandonment, because this is,
Hmm.
yeah. So my body spills
Wow.
into a
So I mean, that was. I think that section was quite a lot, Alex, and
yeah.
it's so. I mean, I'm so honored, like to sort of have you open up about that. I mean, if in case you're watching this video for the first time, the essence for this series and like what we're doing is like we said in the previous video, like you get in the previous video, is that Alex and I used to be friends back in school, very close, and at some point we drifted apart. Life happened, and around that period, of course, we must have picked up a lot of things on the way, experienced different things, and sort of become adults and the likes now. And then Alex and I reconnected recently and have just sort of been slowly integrating back into each other's lives. And one of the ways we've been doing that is through music. So it's very interesting that this part of this, some of the things he's just shared right now, are things we've not even explored or even discussed yet, in this process of sort of reintegration. And that's sort of why this entire thing is like super personal to me, like, because maybe without this music, we probably wouldn't have any cost to like discuss to that point where I start, even understanding, because I sort of even never knew anything about your depression and the likes, so it's quite an interesting one. Thank you so much once again.
I'm
Yeah,
happy
right.
to.
So
I
moving on to the
love,
next section. I really
yeah.
love this. Moving on to the next section. Yeah.
So my body spills into a secret well. Um, I think, yeah, this is like the body spilling. So think of a body like liquid spilling into a secret well. Like this is like self abandonment again. It's a secret well. Nobody knows this well. So this is like abandoning yourself to,
In a deserted place or
yeah,
whatever, a place that nobody maybe would have access to.
yeah.
Or,
So yeah, exactly. So the well now is now like the this condition you're living with, yeah. The internal turmoil and everything, you're now abandoning yourself to that. So yeah, God gave me the wish for religious stillness. So now, as humans, we have everybody wants to be fine. Yeah, everybody wants to searching for peace and wellness and all of that. It's something we do consciously, constantly, even. Um, so whether you're you just want to be okay, yeah, you want to be okay. Um, so religious stillness here is like it's peace. You like that child said, I wish I had a normal brain. It's looking for peace. So you have this wish for to feel like a normal person would feel. This wish to for peace, just peace, however that will come, whether through death, through communion with God, like in a religious sense, through just peace some way. Yeah. So you have that wish, you have that inside of you, but instead, showing shivering skin. Now this is bare, like the physical body shivering with cold, and even though you have this wish for for peace and just stillness inside and everything, you still you still have this your body you're still shivering with all you're suffering. That's what this part is saying. You're suffering still, and living with. I think this is the part where it's living with this illness, showing shivering skin. So with you,
my endless illness.
my endless illness. So now this part is so. Let's take us to the part where I said abandoning yourself to that condition. So now you're accepting this illness as a companion, my endless illness. You know what it is. You've accepted it. Now you are because you've lived for the longest with it. You don't know. It's like it's become one with the self. So it's now it's more like instead of a condition, it's now like a companion because it's been with you the whole time. Yeah. So um, now this is the closing. It's with you, my endless illness, walking into blackness, just repeating. So that is. So this song is if you listen to the melody, it's you have the intense screaming and then you have the slow melody. It's all of that mixed together and which makes the song so beautiful. The melody, it's so beautiful. And part of why I love this song again, it's the melody and then the imagery of the song. And this song is about mental struggle, especially when faced or when in the presence of everything else that is possible, peace and like all of that, and stillness and everything normal people enjoy, yeah, and there are things you wish for, but somehow you cannot attain, and you are you've come to a place where you've accepted your suffering as a companion because it is now part of you. It's part of you. So it's so intense. It's so deep. It's so actually this is the it's the closing song on the album. It's the sixth studio album of Deafheaven. So um, the album the album as a whole is about the toxic relationship between isolation, control, and internal turmoil and all of that. So,
Wow, I love this. I love this line with you, my endless illness. It's really endearing. She's like you're really embracing and embracing that
yeah,
dark companion. It's just like saying something like with you, my endless love, with you, my whatever. So it sounds
yeah,
like this very endearing whatever. But in this case, unfortunately, it is something that is dark and the likes. But you've embraced it so well as this endearing companion. That is so sad. That is
yeah.
so
It's
sad.
it's
Wow. This has been very, I think this has gone in a way that I did not expect. I didn't expect this level of depth and, sincerity. And at this point, I really want to explore more Deaf Heaven, songs. And I really want us to, like, go into more of them at this point. But thank you so much, Alex, for sharing. I really cannot wait for the next one. And
okay.
thank you so much for sticking around. Wow, this, nah, I think I have to maybe go cry myself to sleep and then come back to this. But yeah, thank you so much, everyone. And like I said, please do check out the previous video. And yeah, I do look forward to the coming one as we would have more of this, very honest conversation, aided by music. And that's like, what we talk about, like music, right? The truth is that not a lot of artists who can sit down with their lyrics and like maybe dissect them like this. And that's like music is very personal to us
Yeah,
in that some music or some songs is just really, you can see we don't have to even play the songs, but just with the lyrics alone you can actually have a whole lowdown on like what this actually means before you like even get into the melody or the vibe or the whatever. And really that's really what we want to do with this channel. We really want this channel to be a place where you come and then we'll have very thoughtful conversation, or like being leaning onto music, of course, but like in ways that is usually not explored. Like music is that sort of, I feel like music is like a book or like whatever where you can just
yeah,
open it and
yeah.
just really dive into the intricacies of what is being talked about, right? Thank you so much. Got anything to say else?
No, just what you said about music. Music is even if it's just the even if you listen to music just for the melody, it still says something about you. Yeah. So music is such a beautiful
Psychological
yeah for
tool or
yeah for
force.
yeah
Yeah.
it's so powerful. It's so because this album came out in 2025 and it came out at a time where when I was like in one of my very low depressive, I was dealing with a lot like internally, and this. album, especially this song, was just so, it touched me in ways that are so, I don't even have the words to express, but like, yeah, I think that's why I feel a very personal relationship. I feel like I have a very personal relationship with this song in particular. So yeah,
Amazing.
music is beautiful.
Amazing. Thank you so much once again. And yeah, see you in our next one. Ta-ta.
Bye, guys.